Let's talk about how to master the French future tense without memorizing complicated conjugation tables. If you're always confused by the French future conjugations, the first step to make it simple is understanding that the endings are exactly the same as avoir. Let's take a look at this. Look at this conjugation of avoir. J'ai, tu as, il ou elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ou elles ont. Here's the secret. French future tense endings are identical. Just take a look at this. Just please take a look at this. Je parlerai, tu parleras, il ou elle parlera, nous parlerons, vous parlerez, ils ou elles parleront. Do you see it? The future tense endings are the same as avoir. Once you know this, you basically already know how to conjugate the future tense. This one secret to save you hours of memorization. But that's just the beginning. French actually has 3 different future tenses, and I'm going to show you exactly when to use each one. Plus, an incredible love story where Marc and Sophie that will tie together everything you need to know about French tenses. If you watched my present and past tense videos, you're about to complete the trilogy. If not, absolutely no problem. This video works perfectly on its own. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! Avant je commence, bonjour, je suis Simolo, votre professeur de français. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching today's lesson. And if you're new here, thank you for watching today's lesson. Now, let's start with futur proche. This is for things you're going to do soon, usually today or very soon. What is futur proche? Futur proche is like English going to. It's for immediate plans, things happening soon. Now, the formula is subject plus aller in le présent plus infinitive. First, you need aller in le présent, in the present tense. And how do we conjugate this? Je vais, tu vas, il ou elle a, nous allons, vous allez, ils ou elles vont. So let's take a look at these examples. Do you see once again, if I wanted to say je vais manger, you can see that the subject is je, vais is aller that has been conjugated in le présent, and the infinitive is manger. Remember please that the subject changes based on person, okay? Also, the verb, which is like, for example, we use aller here, it changes based on the subject as well. However, the infinitive verb, it never changes. Okay? So let's look at more examples. Tu vas étudier. Elle va partir. Nous allons voyager. Ils vont jouer. Do you see? So we have 4 different sentences in the futur proche. When exactly do we use le futur proche? Think of it this way. Futur proche are for actions that feel close to you in time. If you can literally point to when something will happen, like maybe you're pointing like today, this afternoon, tomorrow, that's futur proche territory. The key is immediacy and certainty. These are plans you've already made and things you're definitely going to do soon. It's not just about time, it's about how sure you are and how close it feels. And so once again, if you find yourself just saying, I'm going to, that's your cue to use futur proche, okay? Let me show you exactly what I mean. So I could say, je vais manger maintenant. Je vais manger maintenant. This means I've already decided and it's happening soon. Or I can ask someone, est-ce que tu vas étudier cet après-midi? Notice how these feel immediate and certain. You're not left wondering if you will do them. You're definitely doing them soon. Now, we also use futur proche for near future events. So these are the plans like you've made for tomorrow, this weekend, next weekend, just things that are close and already decided. Nous allons visiter Paris demain. Elle va voir ses amis ce weekend. So you see, these aren't just ideas, they are actual plans. You've thought about them and maybe even prepared for them. We also use the futur proche for strong intentions. So that is, you're talking about something, about how determined you are to do something. So maybe you're expressing a strong intention or a decision. Do you get? Je vais réussir. So you're saying, I'm going to succeed. Il va apprendre le français. And so remember, if you can say going to in English, use futur proche in French. It's that simple. If you would love even more clarity, I have created the perfect free guide for you. All you need to do is input your name and email address in the link in the description box below, and today's lesson will be sent directly to your inbox. It includes everything I'm going to teach you today and so much more, okay? So all you need to do is pause the video right now if you want. Just input your name, email address, and you'll get it right away. Let's continue. Now, the next future tense in the French language we're going to look at is futur simple. This is where our avoir secret really shines. Futur simple is like English's will. It's for future plans, predictions, promises. Now, the formula is so simple. Just keep the infinitive verb plus avoir. That's all. That's literally all you have to do. Take a look at this image. Remember our secrets, the endings are exactly like avoir. So look at this verb, parler. What does it become? Parlerai. See the second verb, regarder. It becomes what? Regardera. Please you have to remember, like I spoke about earlier, the subject pronouns, okay? So you can see what I did here. I will speak becomes what? Je parlerai. You will watch becomes tu regarderas. The exact same endings as that of avoir. So we just looked at for ER verbs. What if you wanted to conjugate for IR verbs? For the IR verbs, you keep the full infinitive and you add the endings. So for example, finir becomes what? Finira. So if I wanted to say you will finish, it becomes tu finiras. Another example of an IR verb, choisir. If I wanted to conjugate this into the futur simple, it becomes choisira. So if I wanted to say he will choose, I would say il choisira. Remember? It's so easy. You keep the full infinitive plus the avoir endings. Okay? Now let me spice up. Maybe you're thinking, okay, Sumo, but how do I conjugate for RE verbs? Take a look at this picture. For the RE verbs, you need to drop the E and you add the avoir ending. So let's take a look at this infinitive verb. Vendre. What happens? Do you see? You drop the E and then you add A. It becomes vendra. That's if I wanted to say he will sell, it becomes il vendra. Let's look at another verb, attendre, right? Attendre means to wait. So we have attendre. You remove the E, you drop the E, and you add ONS. If I wanted to say, we will wait. Nous attendrons. Do you see? It's so easy. You just need to drop the E and you add the avoir endings. Did you see how easy that was? I'm telling you, like, once this clicked for me when I was learning French, I was like, wow. All I need is to know avoir and it becomes so easy. I know. Now, for irregular verbs, and I'm sure I've said this in some of my other videos, you honestly just have to learn to memorize them and you have to use them often because, for example, we have avoir as the infinitive, but I can never say j'avoirai. Unfortunately, it's conjugated differently. It might have the same endings, but the conjugation is completely different. So instead of j'avoirai, which doesn't even make sense, well, to me now, it's what? J'aurai. Let me show you some examples. So the infinitive form for this verb avoir, the irregular stem, do you see that it becomes different? It's AUR. It's not AVOI, unfortunately. And the ending is AI. So it becomes what? J'aurais. I'm only looking at the subject pronoun for je, please, for I. Let's look at être. You see? It's not être, unfortunately. It changes to SER. So it becomes serait, tu seras, nous serons, and so forth, okay? For aller, that's even worse. It's not allerait, it's IR. So it becomes j'irai. Do you see? For faire, well, you're lucky because pronunciation is slightly similar. But instead of FAIRAI, it becomes FER. Je ferai. For voir, that's just bonkers. Instead of voirai, they tell us it's VERR. And so it becomes je verrai. And finally, I'm so sorry, venir, it's not venira, no. It becomes viendre. And then you add the avoir ending. So, je viendrai. You see? Sorry about the conjugation. Like that's the only pattern I can think of, but you have to learn how to conjugate the stems first of all for the irregular verbs before you understand how to even use them. So yeah. Now, when do we use le futur simple? Like I said earlier, it's for things that feel a bit more distant or uncertain than futur proche. Think about plans for maybe next month, next year, or predictions about what might happen. These aren't immediate plans, right? They are further away in time or less certain. L'année prochaine, j'étudierai en France. Or even il pleuvra demain. Notice the difference? Next year feels distant and weather predictions are uncertain. Perfect for le futur simple. We also use it for promises and decisions. So when you're making a promise or a firm decision, especially ones that feel formal or important, use futur simple. It sounds more serious and committed than futur proche. So par exemple, je t'appellerai ce soir. Or nous irons au cinéma vendredi. They aren't just casual plans. I mean, to call somebody is like a casual plan, you get, but they're promises and firm decisions. Now, in formal situations, business, official announcements, or even written French, futur simple is preferred. It sounds more professional and official than futur proche. Par exemple, la réunion aura lieu à 14 heures. Formal and perfect for futur simple. If you've gotten this far in the video, tell me in the comment section, which do you prefer, futur simple or futur proche? Personally, and that's because I was a bit lazy in the beginning, I always use futur proche. I don't think I was a bit lazy, but most people use that. But let me know in the comment section, which do you prefer, futur proche or futur simple? And tell me why. Let's take a look at the next French future tense, futur antérieur. This is for actions that will be completed before another future action. So it shows that one future action will happen before another future action. It's like will have done. And so the formula is simple. We have the subject plus auxiliary, that's either avoir or être in futur simple, plus past participle. I know, crazy. Now, to make futur antérieur, we need avoir or être in futur simple first. Do you see how everything just connects in this language? Let me show you how to get there. Now, step 1, conjugate avoir in futur simple. So you see this image here. J'aurai, tu auras, il ou elle aura, nous aurons, vous aurez, ils, elles auront. All right. So I have what? Step 1, conjugated avoir in futur simple. Now, let's conjugate être in futur simple. Je serai, tu seras, il ou elle sera, nous serons, vous serez, ils, elles seront. All right. So now you know how to conjugate avoir and être in futur simple. Perfect. Clap for yourself. And now step 3, we add the past participle. Now with avoir, let's say for instance, we're looking at manger. Let's say I wanted to say I will have eaten. It will be what? J'aurai plus manger. And that becomes j'aurai mangé. Or if I wanted to say you will have finished, it becomes tu auras fini. All right? With être, for example, if I wanted to say she will have left, it becomes elle sera partie. Or we will have arrived, nous serons arrivés. All right, so just take a look at this image. Do you see that it's the futur antérieur first before the futur simple? I'm hoping this image makes it clear for you. Let me move aside so you can take a screenshot. That's just to really help, but don't worry. Like I said, you have all of this in the free PDF guide. All you need to do is input your name and email address in the link in the description box below and send to your email. So you can always review and have the clarity and confidence you desire. And now for the part I absolutely love. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I actually like implementing everything I teach you in a story because I love reading books, and I realized that the more I read, it became easier for me to assimilate and understand these different conjugations without having to cram and memorize, because once I saw them, I was like, okay, this is what they mean. Now, if you've watched my French present tense video, you know Sophie. And if you've watched my past tense video, then you definitely know Marc. In this fantastic story, I'm going to show you how Marc and Sophie plan their future together using all 3 French tenses we just learned. So I'm going to read the story to you now. What I need from you is to count how many French future verb tenses you found. Marc va inviter Sophie à prendre un café demain. Il appellera Sophie ce soir pour confirmer. Il dira probablement oui parce qu'elle va étudier le français et Marc l'aidera. Ils se retrouveront au café à 15 heures. Marc aura préparé des exercices avant son arrivée. Sophie va apporter ses livres de grammaire. Ensemble, ils travailleront sur le ton français. Marc enseignera le futur proche et Sophie apprendra rapidement. Après la leçon, ils iront peut-être au cinéma. Sophie va rentrer chez elle vers 20h. Marc aura passé une excellente journée. Ils se reverront sûrement la semaine prochaine pour continuer les leçons. Are you done? Now pause the video, you finish listening to me, and count answers in the comment section below. So pause. So let's take a look at complete verb breakdown, okay? Now, we have 3, like I told you, futur proche, which means va plus infinitive. We have futur simple, which is to say will, like I will go there. And futur antérieur, which is like saying I will have eaten. So, in the story I read to you, futur proche had 4 verbs. Va inviter, va étudier, va apporter, and va rentrer. Futur simple had 8 verbs. Appellera, dira, l'aidera, se retrouveront, travailleront, enseignera, apprendra, iront, et finalement se reverront. And for futur antérieur, we had just 2. aura préparé, aura passé. All right? How do you feel? Amazing, right? I feel good. I'm so happy I got to teach you this topic because I know how stressful it was for me in the beginning to learn until I got to figure out the AVOIR secret that I taught you. You just mastered French future tenses and saw how Marc and Sophie planned their future together. So let's recap what we learned. The AVOIR secret, remember, which is the future endings equals AVOIR conjugation. Le futur proche, this is for immediate plans. Think of it how in English you say, I'm going to the supermarket, okay? Le futur simple is for future plans and predictions. Think of it as how we say, I will learn French next year. And le futur antérieur, this is for the future before the future. So how you would say, I will have eaten before he comes. Do not forget to check out my present and past tense videos if you haven't already. Now you have the complete French tense trilogy. And remember what I told you, you can grab your free practice PDF. As always, just put your name and email address in the link in the description box below to receive it. It includes all examples from today's lesson, Marc and Sophie's complete love story with analysis, 30 additional practice sentences, future tense conjugation charts, the AVOIR secret reference guide, answer key with full explanations, and bonus, complete timeline showing all French tenses together. Like, wow. Remember to let me know in the comments below how many future tense verbs did you spot in Marc and Sophie's story. And if this video helped you master French future tenses, please give it a like so that I know you like such videos, and subscribe for more. Also, share with your friends that might have had any issues with understanding the French future tenses. I'm sure they will thank you for it. Do you think Marc and Sophie will fall in love? Maybe we'll find out in future videos. Until I see you in my next video, bonne journée.